Hey, what's going on, guys? All right, so anyways, I'm going to bring this report out to you guys. Again, I'm sorry I've been a little non-existent. I haven't been non-existent. I just ain't been able to be up on this as much as I wanted to. So we're going to touch base on a few things that's been going on. Again, you guys can follow me on Twitter at Wayne Ellis Jr. 1. I'm always staying current, up to date with that. So one way or another, I'm gonna be bringing you guys the news. Twitter would probably be the best way for it to be most updated. But every time I make my videos, I will comment on things that you would see on my Twitter page. And that's another way that I can get the news out to you guys if I can't find time to make the videos. I wanted to make a video last night. I didn't go to work till about 4:30 in the afternoon. Got home about 9:30. Was doing some landscape. I'm not a landscaper. I'm a painter. So that was I was pretty wore out by the time I got home last night. Okay. So anyways, let's go ahead and jump into this really quick. There's a few things to talk about. As most of you guys know, there was a terrorist attack yesterday, in Manchester Arenas, England. In England, at the arena, there was a concert getting ready to go on, and a suicide bomber. And it's been confirmed it was a suicide bomber. He made a nail bomb, a canister that blows up that has nails in it. So when it blows up, it shoots nails all over the place, and it maximizes damage and casualties. It has been confirmed that there are 22 deaths and 59 injured. And among those deaths were teenagers and children. Really, really sad situation. It doesn't matter if it happens here in America or anywhere around the world. Innocent people are dying because of this shit. United Kingdom arrested a 23-year-old young man in connection to the suicide bombing. So this is still going to be ongoing. It's not over yet. They're going to be finding out the motives, where he came from, why he did it. But I can guarantee you, it's all going to be the same, So if we can all, send good vibes, thoughts, prayers, whatever, out towards England, to all the families and loved ones that's lost a loved one in this tragic event, that would be amazing. All right. Anyways, let's all move on to North Korea. They tested another medium-range missile 3 days ago, 2 or 3 days ago, and it was successful. Again, last week I made a video that they tested one, and that was a success. This one that they tested, it was a success as well. It went 500 miles out into the atmosphere and then back down into the Japan Sea. Now you guys are sitting there thinking, like, Japan, if you guys know the geography, Japan, the Sea of Japan is like right there basically, but they're delivering these ICBMs 500 miles up in the sky. So if they can actually get it up there into the sky that high, out in the atmosphere, they can actually pull it further. But right now they're just shooting them down in the Japan area. They don't want to, I don't think that they want to deliberately cause harm to people while they do this. They're just exercising their right to do it. But the fact of the matter is, international law, you just can't do it. Alright. So anyways, it was successful on the second week, and Kim Jong-un has ordered that ballistic missile be mass produced. Okay. So he's ordering them to be made a lot of them, and making them quick. Almost as in like a slap to the face to America, after everything that they've been saying. And also, another slap to the face of America. China's banned travel to the South Korean peninsula over the United States THAAD system. That's the anti-air defense system that America has, the THAAD system. And it's been very down-talked on America for deploying the THAAD system into South Korea. They're saying it's kind of an aggressive act of aggression, pretty much. So you have Russia and China, all not agreeing with this. You have some South Koreans not agreeing with it. Again, we're over there. Kim Jong-un's been making threats to South Korea, to Japan, to America. All right, South Korea and Japan, we're allies with them. We're gonna stick up for them. That's just what we do. So China's banned the travel to the South Koreas because of that. Now, I made a video a couple days ago talking about China's flexing its muscle, not only against the Philippines, but also against the United States as well. And I've also made a video discussing about how everyone thought China was going to be on our side. But as future events unfolded, that was kind of not true. They moved 150,000 troops to the border. Everyone thought that China was getting ready to invade. But I seriously think China's just setting up their borders, so if something does pop off, they're gonna have a problem with the refugee crisis, just like we see everywhere else. You know, wars bring people out of their place. They just want to run and hide, you know, and survive. And another thing, North Korea and Russia has just opened up its very first ferry system where they can ferry tourists from Russia to North Korea or North Korea to Russia. Again, that's kind of a slap in the face to America. You know, you're making ties with a regime that's making nuclear threats. It's making unsanctioned bomb threats. You know, you're kind of putting your own people at risk there. You know, they go to North Korea for a week, and it happens to be that week that he does fire off a nuclear warhead. You know, and we're going to shoot it down, or, you know, someone's going to shoot it down, and shit's just going to hit the fan. So, you know, I kind of look at it as in like a slap to the face, but also at the same time, I mean, Russia's over there just trying to keep the peace, y'all. Yeah, if Russia really wanted to act aggressive towards America, they would have done it in Syria already. But I got to give my hat off to Vladimir Putin for keeping a cool head, especially with all the rhetoric over here in the United States talking about Donald Trump has ties with Russia and blah, blah, blah. You know, Russia and Vladimir Putin is being drugged through the mud everywhere in America right now. And it's not what you guys think, you know. Mainstream media is painting this narrative that's just simply not true. They are fighting and trying to scratch and claw to find any evidence of it. You know, I just posted on Twitter yesterday morning that James Comey's father is saying that Donald Trump fired Comey because Donald Trump is afraid of him. You're a grown-ass man that works in the United States government, and you have to have your daddy call out for you? What the Just doesn't make sense to me, man. I mean, so you see the rhetoric, you know, they're trying to paint the picture as Donald Trump, you know, being afraid of James Comey. You know, so James Comey's daddy has to come out publicly and say, oh, he's afraid of him. Like, come on, James, fight your own battles, bro. Man up, all right? Just man up. Stop having your daddy fight your war. All right, so anyways, let's go on to the next one. Donald Trump with Saudi Arabia. As most of you guys know, that Donald Trump is in a very first historical Middle East tour. He went to Saudi Arabia, then Israel. He's in Bethlehem today. I know he's going to stop and see the Pope of Rome before he comes back. He's over there making business deals. He's over there trying to set up peace agreements, which definitely need to be made, but I'll get a little bit deeper into that. Again, on my Twitter page, I posted a video from Stephen Ben-Nun at Israeli News Live that ties in biblical prophecy to this and the whole Middle East scenario, you know, a little bit better than I can. But I'm just going to give you guys some of the tips. If you guys have time, you guys can go check out that video. The video is called Trump's Mideast Tour Sets the Stage for the King of the North. He posted it yesterday morning. I watched it. I can't agree anymore with this guy. I mean, he's dead on. I'm not for the religion and the prophecies and stuff like that, but everything that I've been paying attention for the year, and keep my eyes open on the Syria crisis and what's been going on, I can really see this going down. So again, that's why I kind of go to the Bible and I read Revelations. I don't pay attention to the rest of the Bible except maybe just that much. But I mean, like I see a lot of it. A lot of the stuff that's in that book, in that section of the Bible, Revelations, it's happening. I see it. Okay. So anyways, Donald Trump, he met with Saudi Arabia. As most of you guys know, I mean, mainstream media is painting a picture of him touching that white glowing orb, and there's even, I'm even seeing videos of people saying it's witchcraft. Come the fuck on, y'all. Damn. Alright, so anyways, he's over there, Saudi Arabia. He's breaking deals, okay? He made deals containing oil, trade, and he also broker a deal including $109 billion for arms. Okay, I'm talking guns, ammunition. I'm talking, guns and ammunition and anything else that comes with it to the Saudis. Alright, now that's not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, let's be honest, America's for hire. But Donald Trump also said, if you guys want us, you're going to pay for us. No longer are we giving you shit for free. And he's implementing that. Now, Israel makes what I'm about to talk to now kind of ties in with Saudi Arabia. Try to follow me on this one, guys. And then, again, if you guys don't believe me, you can go to Israeli News Live, and he confirms all this. This is insane. But let's think about it. The rest of the world is not like it is here in America, all right? The only world that we know is the American world. But there's so much chaos and so much deception going on in the world right now. It's not hard to believe this as well. Okay? Now, we know that Donald Trump was over in Israel talking to the president. All right? And there's also a lot of banner. They're all talking about how come, Melania never wore, a headscarf like Obama and like Michelle and like Hillary. Well, if you look back in Hillary's picture, she wasn't in Saudi Arabia. Same as Michelle Obama. The pictures that they do have of Michelle and Hillary Clinton in Saudi Arabia didn't have a headscarf. So there's a lot of propaganda. A lot of people's calling bullshit, saying that she's disrespectful and F Trump and all this. But do your research, guys. Alright, that's the thing. They're putting fake stuff out there for you guys. And everyone's just eating it up thinking it's real. But if you do your research, you find out that those photos that they took of Michelle and Hillary, they weren't in Saudi Arabia. They were in another country. I can't exactly remember. I think Michelle Obama's was in Turkey. And Hillary's was... I honestly cannot remember. But just do your research. You'll see that when Hillary and Michelle went to Saudi Arabia, they didn't wear headscarves. Come on, guys. Stop falling for the false narrative here. Alright, so anyways, let's get into Israel. Now, if any of you guys know the history of Israel and the Palestinians, Israel used to be a one nation. Back in the early 1900s, they had a civil war, and it got split down. The UN got involved, or NATO at the time, or I'm sorry, back then it was called the League of Nations. They got involved and came up with a two-state solution to where both nations can, where they divided the land. And it's in the Bible, when Israel will be divided, and it's already divided. You have the east side of Israel belonging to the Palestinians, and you have the west side of Israel and the outer banks, the western banks, belong to Israel's, and the Jewish people. So anyways, Donald Trump made statements, a month ago that there will be no two-state solution. We're going to get to this. The two-state solution may have worked back in the day, but, as times go on, things evolve. All right, and right now, at this point in time, we don't think a two-state solution will do anything. All right, Israel's been promised back their land since the 60s, and it hasn't happened. So this is something that needs to be done. Okay, Donald Trump doesn't want to talk two-state solutions. He wants peace. He wants everyone to just get along over there. All right, so anyways, let's get into this. Israel makes peace talks with Palestine. Okay? Donald Trump's over there. He's trying to narrate this. However, Israel's only willing to make a peace talk, or try to talk peace if they have help getting rid of Iran. Not mainly Iran and its government, but the terrorist organization in Iran known as Hezbollah. Last couple months, Hezbollah has been, doing airstrikes in suburbs of Israel, shooting Scud missiles, suicide bombings. They've been a real threat to Israel and its people, and they want them dealt with. Okay? So instead of actually going in and attacking Iran, and make it look like a provocation of war, they want to try, and again, this is just theorized, but it's a very good observation. Now, so can you imagine with everything that's going on in Syria, okay, and you have all these other factions out there fighting. You have the United States training all these Free Syrian Army agencies, Al-Nusra, Al-Qaeda. We're over there supporting the Kurds, which we're getting a lot of banter from Turkey over. We got the massive military equipment built up on the Jordanian, Iraqi, Syrian border. So anyways, we just armed Saudi Arabia with $109 billion worth of firearms and ammo. Now, it's being speculated, and it's not totally off the tables, okay, guys? It's being speculated that Saudi Arabia is going to invade Syria, okay? Iran has made it known that they will protect Bashar al-Assad and Vladimir Putin. So what better way to draw Iran into the war if Palestine goes in there and starts raging war on everything? Iran would probably come running to the rescue. It would definitely get softened up, with Saudi Arabia being over there with the Free Syrian Army backed by United States coalition forces. That would soften them up, and then Israel will come in and finish them. Also, at the same time, taking down Damascus. 75% of Damascus is still operational. There's 25% of it that's not. In the Bible, it says that Damascus will get ruined. It will be destroyed. So, we're inching closer to that. Again, Damascus is in Syria. That's the capital of Syria. That's where Bashar al-Assad's government lives. So there's a lot of stuff going on over there, and if you think about it, like I said, Russia's over there in North Korea, now opening up that ferry trade, which is raising a lot of eyebrows within the United States. We've had a lot of banter going back and forth with Russia within the Syria crisis. The United States mainstream media is trying to paint ties to Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin having business ties together, or Russian ties, as in like he's a spy or something like that. So I can only wonder how much longer could Russia just sit here and idly and just. I really give it to Vladimir Putin for this, for keeping it cool-headed. He only wants peace, guys. He don't want no war. He don't want to destroy America. He just wants peace. All right. So, anyways. But it's also being speculated that Russia may not be over there to fully protect Bashar al-Assad. It's not really in his interest. They are allies. But if they were supposed to go to a war, no one knows if Russia would stay and fight and lose soldiers over it, or military equipment, or just endanger themselves of starting a new nuclear, or not nuclear, but a new war. And I said nuclear because you just never know nowadays. So many nations have nuclear wars, and there's so much short-tempered people out there. Who's to say? I seriously think if we go into a World War III, nuclear war, I think it'll start off in North Korea. But I could be wrong, If you guys remember a couple weeks ago, Russia was in the United States, in Washington. Sergei Lavrov, he's a diplomat for Russia, was over here talking with Trump. And there was talks, about, the Syria problem. Ukraine, Crimea. I don't know if you guys know, but Crimea belonged to Russia at one point. Okay? And it's being said that, Donald Trump's trying to make a deal. If you get out of Syria, you and your troops and your equipment get out of Syria and let us do what we got to do over there, we'll give you back Crimea. Now, that's a big deal for Russia. Russia wants Crimea back. That's the Russian people. 75% of Crimeans are from Russian descent. They have the Russian beliefs. They have, the support of Vladimir Putin, but they can't act on it because they were annexed. Not annexed, but just taken over. Again, sort of like what happened with I just totally lost train of thought. Ukraine. If you guys remember 2 years ago, Ukraine had a civil war. A coup against its own government, which there's plenty of documentation, plenty of paperwork, paper trails, facts that's showing that it was a United States CIA operative that started that. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff going on in the world, guys. If you guys don't trust the CIA or the FBI, just follow the paper trails. You can see that they do topple down governments for their own personal agendas. Okay? So, again, if you guys want to check out the whole Israel and Palestine deal with Saudi Arabia, please check out Stephen Ben-Noon's Israeli News Live Network. He's very knowledgeable on this subject, and I'm pretty sure he can give you guys a better insight of what's going on. Alright, guys, well, I'm out of here. Again, check out my Twitter page for up-to-date news. I can easily keep that updated than making videos every, hour. So, I'll see you guys later on the next broadcast. Alright, bye.